I'm Tom's mother-in-law, and I knew he had bouts of depression from before I knew him, but he's so good at hiding it. Because he knew the signs he was getting depressed, he asked for help. And I would say that was, as an observer, I would say that was when his problems, I can't say started, but they were, once he asked for help, that was when they were exacerbated. Because he had assessment after assessment after assessment. Now, I think it's really cruel to give somebody an assessment which in effect is probing into their state of mind without the hope of getting treated. So he had an assessment, hope of treatment, nothing. Assessment, hope of treatment, nothing. Assessment, hope of treatment, nothing. After one assessment, my daughter had to actually help him out of the car, and that gave me an indication of how physical depression can be. I've been a carer before because I cared for my father and he was depressed, but not like, it wasn't a depression like this. And my daughter had to lead him to the bathroom once, and I can remember doing that with my father, but he was in his 80s. And this was a young man in his 30s. The depression and what it does to the family. I sat with Tom one morning, and the negativity was just overwhelming because he was so ill. And I thought, gosh, this is what my daughter's been enduring for, I don't know for how long. I don't know that much about it really, which as far as I'm concerned is a measure of its success. Because you know, when things were going really badly, I was involved to quite an extent, but now with being on the trial and so on, things were going well. He negotiated a new job, which has always been a really difficult time because he expects to be able to do everything well from the start. So with their help, he's stayed in work. He's been able to access this trial while in work, so it hasn't interfered with his work. It's, as I say, it's helped him over this difficult, you know, a new job, which is really good. So in fact, I don't know much about it except that it's successful. This is the Clark study, that it's successful. And I don't know what the expense of it is, but when you consider he's had at least 15 years of treatment, so goodness knows how much that's cost on medication, on doctor's visits. You know, I don't know how much this crisis team cost, which would have kept recurring, I think, again and again. So that's the monetary cost. The cost to him himself has been really high over the years because he's had to give up work for times, or change jobs, and for this time he could have, you know, apart from his employer being so sympathetic, he could have lost his job. They've stayed together as a unit. He, Sarah and the baby have stayed together as a unit, and you know, that's the untold cost really. So I think when people are looking at the cost of treatments, they in a way should be looking at best buy, so to speak. So the cheapest option at one particular moment isn't necessarily the cheapest in the long run. But once he could access the right treatment, it's been so quick. Not painless, because obviously it's a new learning process and so on, though I haven't talked to him about that. But it's just been so quick after 15 years or more you know, getting the right key. And, you know, I don't think he'll look back, really. I think he's going to be okay. I've gone back to my original roles of mother, mother-in-law and grandmother without this additional layer of caring. And that's obviously, I mean, the caring was very difficult, obviously. Though I willingly did it, though I hope I won't have to do it again.